Hey guys, just coming back from my exams and I fucked today's paper up, but nothing really matters. And yeah, my name is Dancing and welcome to the episode 15 of the Ambitious Diary. Before starting the episode, I'll just throw my bag and I'll set my camera, uh, empty the chair, and we'll start. Today's topic is nothing really matters. So, why this topic? Because first thing, I fucked up today's exam and I fucked it up really bad. I finished a 3 hour paper in approx 45 minutes. I did not come out of the exam hall until it was 2 hours because I felt like everyone else was writing, so why should I leave the exam hall in between? So, yeah, but why? But I was thinking about this from a very long time. Like, uh, does anything really matter? Like, the things that we worry about in our day-to-day life are exams. Probably a lot of you are preparing for JE, so you're worrying about JE, you're worrying about NEET, you're worrying about your board exams, you're worrying about which college you'll get. If you're a college student, you're worrying about your semester results, you're worrying about your CGPA, you're worrying about whether you'll get an intern, worrying about whether you'll get a placement. But do these things really matter? Like, if you think about it, no one actually gives a fuck about your 10th grade boards right now, right? And similarly, no one gives a fuck about your 12th grade boards in college. No one gives a fuck about your CGPA when you're in the job. No one gives a fuck about your college when you have like 5 to 10 years of experience. No one gives a fuck about the girlfriend you made and had a breakup with in college. No one gives a fuck about the girl that rejected you. No one gives a fuck about anything that is tangible and you're worried about it today. You're wasting time thinking about it today. No one genuinely gives a fuck about that. Then what really matters is, are you showing up or not? If you're showing up daily, then nothing matters. Your efforts don't matter, your results don't matter, and any tangible outcome that you're thinking about doesn't really matter if you're showing up daily. Because the thing is, if you're showing up daily, you're going to end up achieving great things in your life. You'll either achieve them in 1 year time, 2 year time, 3 year time, 4 year time, 5 year time, or even 10 years time. But you're going to achieve it if you're going to show up daily. And the simple hack to showing up daily is to find happiness in the smallest of things. Yesterday, I just tweeted out something which was happiness 101, and the mantra to that happiness was कि I ordered Burger King, I ordered a burger, I ordered Coke, I ordered fries, I ordered pizza puff and a dessert. And I turned on a scam documentary on Netflix. It's called Bitcoin. And I was like so happy for that 1 to 1.5 hours. And in fact, even after that, I was happy because I could take off that 1 hour, 1.5 hour time to relax, to eat, to enjoy when everyone else was busy worrying about the exam, not necessarily preparing. You can't prepare for 24/7. When you are in school, you used to take breaks while studying, and those breaks are genuine. Those breaks are good. They help you regain a lot of energy. They make you feel better, and it's a way of making you feel happy, so that your brain pushes you to show up again. It doesn't tell you that bhai bancho show up hi nahi karna hai. That's not the goal, right? The goal is to show up daily. And the simple hack of showing up daily is to find happiness in the smallest of things, bro. Turning on a series and ordering good food and having it at least once in 2 3 days is a way to find happiness in small things. That could be one more way. Go out for a walk, go to a temple that's not that crowded, that's very quiet. And the amount of peace you have in temples which are not crowded is just amazing. There's a Hanuman temple in my college, which is a very small temple, and at max you'll have 2 3 people out there, and it's just so peaceful. I can sit there for 30 minutes, 1 hour, and I am fresh again. I'm happy. All the negativity gets soaked in, and there's only happiness that's there. So The point is simple. Nothing really matters. Anything that is tangible and you're worried about today doesn't matter. Reason being, if you just show up daily, you're going to end up achieving tangible results that you never imagined of. Right? So the hack is simple: show up daily. If you show up daily, the amount of effort you're putting in doesn't matter, the amount of results you're getting doesn't matter, and nothing else matters, because the fact that you're showing up daily in itself is a lot of effort put in, because most of the people don't show up daily. Everyone has excuses of showing up daily. Just open your laptop daily, do some work, read something, take up a book, read something. Just don't let any day go for a waste. Do at least 1% every day, because that's going to compound a lot over the next 3 to 4 years. And I'm not telling this just for the sake of telling it, I'm telling this out of experience. I was one of the worst student in class 6th, 7th, 8th, and even ninth to a very large extent. In ninth only my math started improving, nothing else really improved. I was a very bad student. But I started studying daily. In class 8, I started waking up at 5, I started studying at 5, and that's how my math started improving. When math started improving, I started gaining confidence, then science started improving, and then I started gaining more confidence. I started studying other subjects as well, and eventually my marks increased. Eventually things got better. This is in terms of education. Now if you study daily, obviously your marks are going to increase, but this applies to the real world as well, because when I joined college, everyone out here was like, ठीक है, इंटर्न सीजन होता है, प्लेसमेंट सीजन होता है, उसमें ये रोड मैप फॉलो करना होता है जिससे इंटर्न और प्लेसमेंट्स मिले. I was like, no, fuck it. I cannot follow these roadmaps. I cannot do what everyone else is doing, because I have been doing this for the past 17 years of my life. So I was like, I'm going to do something else. मुझे entrepreneurship एक्सप्लोर करनी है, मुझे Web3 एक्सप्लोर करना है, मुझे अपना खुद का स्टार्टअप शुरू करना है, मुझे कॉलेज में एक को करिकुलर एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व रहना है, विच आई वॉज इन्वॉल्व इन द मीडिया क्लब फॉर अ good amount of time. And I just started showing up at these places daily. I started showing up at the meets that the seniors were conducting. This was the first place I started showing up. I started showing up in the competitions that were happening in college, and I did not win any competition. Literally, I did not win any competition. In fact, I did not give my 100% efforts as well in any competition. But the fact that I showed up in each and every competition did compound over time. Seniors started knowing me, a lot of my alumni started knowing me, because I was just taking part in a lot of things. I was just showing up at multiple places. I was showing up at meetups happening in Bangalore, where I still remember there was, after my first year, there was a IIT BHU alumni meetup in Bangalore, and I was the only college student out there. Only college student, that too from first year. You didn't even have second year, third year, fourth year out there. I was the youngest person in that room. And when you're the youngest person in the room and you're showing up now, that literally creates an impression that even people who are winning competitions cannot create. And this impression lasts for a very long time. Your first impression is the last impression, and if you're just showing up, your first impression ends up becoming very good. It doesn't matter how you're communicating with the person out there. If you're just communicating in basic English with basic fluency and basic etiquettes, how are you doing, sir? What are you doing? And what are you working on? Oh, I'm interested in this. I'm interested in this space. I have a few insights in this space. I have done this work before. If you just have this basic etiquette of communicating and you're just showing up daily, then you end up creating one of the best first impressions. If you're showing up at places where people your age are not showing up, or people around you are not showing up, then you'll end up doing wonders in your life, even with putting very little efforts compared to people around you. See, I'm studying in an IIT, and people around me here are one of the most talented people, are one of the most hardworking people, and they can literally put effort 16 hours a day, and they do that. And over here, I put efforts like 4 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, sometimes 8 hours a day, sometimes 10 hours a day. But what I ensure is I show up at each and every place, even though I don't win that competition, even though I'm not getting an intern at through some meetup out there, even though I'm not getting a client in a meetup, even though my startup is not winning competitions, winning prize monies, even though my startup is not getting funding. I ensure that I show up. I ensure that I show up with my idea. I ensure that I show up with my startup. I ensure that I create, do some small events to gain small initial traction for my startup. I just end up showing up at multiple places, and that's the reason why I end up getting results as well. If I talk about a few results, I am doing an internship at a web3 startup, which is of my senior, which is a startup by my senior himself, and he has dropped out of college, raised a lot of funding, and yeah, he also asked me to come over to Singapore. I got my first international trip like that for attending Token 2049, where I had to get in more clients for his startup. I had to get in more partnerships for his startup. Had to increase the visibility of his startup at multiple events. That was my task. That was the task given to me. And why was that task given to me? Because I had basic fluency, basic communication skills, and I had the habit of showing up at multiple places. So I basically showed up over there as well. And the fact that I went over there, gained a lot of experience. When you talk about shit, you understand that shit much better. That made me more well versed with his startup, and I'm still doing an intern over there. Along with that, the fact that I was just showing up at multiple places, showing up at multiple meetups, doing putting out cold emails, making these videos. I also have been doing an intern from my second year itself, which was a paid intern at a family office where I work as a portfolio analyst over there. So the simple, but the stipend wasn't much over there. The stipend was simple, 12,250, something like that per month. It's a decent money for college guys, but I'm in an IIT and the average stipend out here is 30, 40,000 at least when you're doing remote work. When you're doing on site, you get 70, 80,000. My on site stipend was 25,000. It was very less, but the fact that I was showing up in that intern as well, daily, every month, every opportunity when I had to do on site work, I used to go up in holidays. That ended up giving a good impression over there. Also, I made a lot of good connections over there. A lot of people know me over there. In fact, my network in the startup ecosystem in Bangalore has increased a lot just because of that one intern. I was just showing up at a pretty low stipend compared to my peers in IITs, but uh, I was showing up. I was still showing up, and that ended up being fruitful. So I'm telling this out of experience that nothing matters. No result, no effort, no tangible outcome matters if you're not showing up daily. The only thing that matters is showing up daily. And if you do this simple thing, this is a hack. This is a hack to be successful with very low effort. Show up daily. And if you're showing up daily, तो कितना एफर्ट डाल रहे हो, क्या रिजल्ट मिल रहा है, या फिर कुछ और भी मिल रहा है कि नहीं, या फिर सिर्फ फ्री में काम करना पड़ रहा है, कुछ मैटर नहीं करता। अगर तुम रोज़ दिख रहे हो, रोज़ जा रहे हो काम करने, रोज़ लैपटॉप खोल के कुछ काम कर रहे हो, रोज़ पॉडकास्ट कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, रोज़ बुक कंज्यूम कर रहे हो, कंपाउंडिंग बहुत पावरफुल चीज़ है मेरे दोस्त। ये मुझे खुद 2 साल कॉलेज लाइफ के 2.5 साल बाद पता चला है। तो I want you to know this beforehand. You're in the right direction if you're showing up daily. Nothing else matters. And the simple hack of showing up daily is to find happiness in the smallest things. I go for a lot of walks alone because I find happiness in that. I go sit in the temple alone for some time because I find happiness in that. I sometimes randomly just Zomato some food and I watch some series because I find happiness in that. Find small things that you find happiness in and show up daily, because these small things that you find happiness in will push you to show up daily. And if you're showing up daily, then you are guaranteed success. There's no chance of failure. And yeah, that's it for today's episode. I hope you liked this episode, and if you like such videos, then do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon, because the fact that I just fucked up my exam, came in the room, started speaking to you guys, and I know at least 100 to 200 people will be listening me, made me kind of calm. Now I'm calm. Now I don't give a fuck about what happened in the exam. So yeah, it's kind of a therapy for me to talk in front of you, share my experience, share my thoughts, and if you like it, then you can subscribe, because these kind of videos will come more often. Thank you. Bye. Meet you in the next episode or the next vlog. Bye.